everyone, today is the fifth session of Advances in Food Analysis, and the topic which we'll be covering today is the overview of flame photometry. Okay, so as we've seen in the previous slides, what the electromagnetic spectrum is, atomic spectroscopy is based on the absorption emission of fluorescence processes of the light by atoms or elementary ions. Information for atomic scale is obtained in two regions of the electromagnetic radiation spectrum. These spectrum are UV visible and the X-rays. Absorption and emission of light and energy. When sample interacts with light, absorption process occurs. Ground state electrons of the sample atoms tend to move to the excited state with the energy of absorbed light. This process can also be called as excitation. Apart from light, heat can cause excitation. Since excited state is unstable, electrons want to return back to the ground state. When an excited electron turns back to its ground state, a radiation is emitted that is equal to the energy difference between excited and ground state. The emitted light is monochromatic and it has the same wavelength as the light absorbed in the excitation process. Depending upon the excitation technique, absorbed or emitted light is measured. If excitation source is flame, emitted radiation is measured. On the other hand, absorption is measured when the lamp is used for excitation. Both are directly proportional with the number of atoms in the sample. Now, what is flame photometry? Flame photometry or flame emission spectroscopy is an atomic emission technique. There is no need of light source. Flame serves both as an atomizer and an excitation source. It is suitable for qualitative and quantitative determination of several cations, especially for metals that are easily excited to higher energy levels at flame temperature. These metals are sodium, calcium, potassium, beryllium, lithium. Processes occurring in a flame. Now, what are the processes which are occurring in a flame? So, the process start from desolvation, vaporization of flame, atomization, excitation, and emission of electromagnetic radiations. Electrons in the excited state are very unstable and move back down to the ground state or a low energy state quite quickly. As they do so, they emit the energy in the form of radiation of characteristic wavelength, which is measured by a detector. For some metals, this radiation corresponds to wavelength of light in the visible region of the electromagnetic spectrum and is observed as a characteristic color of the flame. Now, what is nebulization? It is a part of flame photometry. As electrons from different energy levels are able to emit light as they relax, the flame color observed will be the mixture of different wavelengths emitted by the different electrons in the metal atom under investigation. In this technique, first aerosol are formed from sample solution by a jet of compressed gas. This process is called as nebulization, as shown in the figure below. Schematic representation of a flame photometer. The flame emission spectrum of the element sodium can be obtained by placing a solution of sodium chloride in a suitable flame. At temperature of the flame 2000 degrees Celsius to 3000 degrees Celsius, the outer electron of the sodium atom is promoted from the ground state 3s orbital to the excited p orbital. The relaxation of the excited electron gives rise to the characteristic emission spectrum of the sodium atom. The emission spectrum of the sodium atom is relatively simple and consists of about 40 signals or lines. The most prominent emission signals being in the region of 285 nanometer, 330 nanometer and 590 nanometer. A schematic representation of flame photometer can be shown in the diagram besides. That's all for this session. Thank you.